EEPROM 9. Oh, it started red ringing again. Because it decided to stop red ringing and now it's red ringing again. This is, as it says in the title, a review of the Xbox 360. Now, a little after when I finished talking, it will switch over to what I did more to the beginning of my YouTube. Because this was one of my very early ones, and I had a dead 360 which I dismantled then. This is my brother's old one. Condemned and doomed. But what to use it for? The Yank army in Afghanistan fought an incredibly good and quite amusing way to deal with their red ringing Xbox which had pissed them off. They set it up on a distant plinth and everyone shot at it while shouting things like "Fuck you, Microsoft!" Oh, I completely understand how they feel, because these are the icon of shit manufacturing. But I'm going to try and focus on the positives, although that's hard, because the positives are: it plays games, the online is really good, the games are really good, but it's pretty evenly matched with everything else out there, apart from the Nintendo, well, WII, which not only did they spell Wii wrong, they also named it after piss. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but it has to be the worst named console I've come across. What it does though is quite cool. That's the thing, they have brought out a new model which has apparently got a better failure rate, which is probably, instead of like 90% of machines fail in the first year, it's probably 80% of machines fail in the first year. I don't know the failure rates there. Haven't bothered to research it. Haven't even bothered to research the Xbox 360 specs. I think it's a 3-core CPU or something. You know what, you'll get to see me Google it. My complete unplanned, just not even rough idea. But yeah, you'll be seeing me again earlier on. And if you want to see more of that early on stuff, you know where to look, it's all there. I only go the deleted videos when they're corrupted and then I'll re-upload them. And that's the thing, well, they've brought out a new one which seems to be far superior to the original one in general design, but they've done a few piss-ass things. One thing, number one, the power supply is completely different and incompatible. Mind you, they make power supplies between these ones, like the Elite will not work with the arcade or whatever. Whee! That makes a funny noise when you do that. It's dead, so it doesn't matter. Maybe I'll turn this into a bench power supply. I need to fill that back up with drink, that bottle that just fell on the floor. The other thing is the hard drive that you mount up here. It's currently at home in my brother's cupboard or something. You cannot directly connect it to the new 360. It's impossible. I have looked for a port, which is a real pain in the arse for transferring over your saved game data and various other information. And that tag game recovery thing is a pile of bullshit. So I'm wondering if I can just stick the drive in a caddy and plug it into his 360 and do it that way. But knowing Microsoft, they've been complete arsehole ratbags about it, and they've decided, we're going to make it that you need all this coding and specialist formatting and encryption. I can imagine they've done that just to be wankers, because we all know Microsoft likes to be wankers. On the upside, it looks nice, but it's yet to prove whether it's any more reliable than this. This is the second time this thing's failed. Yeah, the Elites are just a pile of shit as the other models. Mind you, to be fair, on the Xbox, he never really dusted it or looked after it. Not like me. I look after my stuff. My brother wasn't so good. Now we're going to find out what its specs is. It's got a DVD-ROM drive in. Which, I don't know. Xbox 360. I can't even spell specs. I can't spell. Sod spelling. There we go. There we go. This looks like some, I don't know. Here we go. So, custom IBM Power PC base CPU. 3 symmetrical core CPUs running at 3.2 GHz each. So, you've got a fair amount of processing power there. 2 hardware threads per core. So I don't understand that, so I'm not even going to bother reading it out. 128, 1 megabyte of L2 cache, 1 billion dot production, custom ATI graphics processor, so they didn't go to NVIDIA, 500 megahertz, but what it runs at, 10 megabyte of embedded DRAM, 48 more stuff I don't understand, shade of pipe, I don't know what the fuck that is. Pixel fill rate, I can't be asked. What else have we got? The memory is only 512 bits of megabytes of GDDR RAM, 3 RAM, so DDR3, running at 700 MHz. Memory bandwidth is 22.4 gigabytes a sec, blah blah blah, 256 gigabytes a sec for memory bandwidth, and 1 teraflop, I do not. Overall system floating point performance, I do not know what that is. Removable storage, well, you've got the hard drive up here. You've got these, and it's naming a few other things. Oh, that's... no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. And of course you've got your 12 times dual layer DVD-ROM, so that's how they managed to fit quite big games on one disc. Serial port, no, not serial port, and then, oh yeah, port, so you got that. Memory card, which we custom interface. 2 USBs here. Drive, you've got custom port for the hard drive, custom power, custom AVL, HDMI, another USB here, Ethernet. That does it on ports. You got IR, but that's just for a remote. You can do stuff, and it can read CDRs and all that crap, and of course, well, everyone knows the resolution, so it's not even bothered. Audio, pretty standard for audio. System orientation, you can have it like this or flat. God, hang on, what's this? And I'm back, and it's to be given a Christmas card. How awesome! I got interrupted for something decent for once. Yay! And just because I want to, let's see what's in here. There we go. Mystery unwrapping of a Christmas card. Picture of Father Christmas. Yay! Nice short and brief message, exactly how I do it. That can go up. Hey, don't burn myself on the light. Ah, come on, get in there, you stupid pin. Ugh, dear. And the envelope, well, we all know where envelopes go. The bin. And it's a direct hit. Individual personalised console. Yes, you can remove these front panels. Come on. There we go. And then you can look at the prettiness of the custom ports, which look a bit like oversized USB if you ask me. And there's the seal of Satisfied Microsoft Repair. And that's the hardware of the 360. Now, as I say, the machine is brilliant for games, it does the job beautifully, and it's wonderful. But the trouble is with these next-gen consoles, the only thing they seem to have actually concentrated on improving is the graphics. So things like AI remain stagnant, which is a shame because you have so much more opportunity for expansion of these systems, and yet they don't utilise it. Shame, really. But that's the way it is. Oh yeah, these spring things are shit because they break off eventually. I can only, when it comes to what it does, I praise it for the gaming because it does gaming very well. But when it comes to its physical hardware design, I really struggle to think of something positive. Because even the general set-out design of the machine is pretty bland. They're fun, and they do their games well, but the trouble is they have far too high failure rate. Far too high. It's my 360, I'm just waiting for it. It's a ticking fucking time bomb. That's the thing. When Hello and welcome to the EEPROM 9. You'll notice once again the background has changed. What's going on, you may ask? I hear you ask. I hear you through a recording device. And you may notice my mood is unusually cheery. That's probably because the amount of work I've managed to complete, but I've also bored myself to death and going completely crazy. Or maybe I've just had realisation. It's up to you, but anyway. First thing though, I think I've made a bit of a mistake with my games. Well, it's more interesting when people seem to make a ramble on things, and I find on the games I find myself trying to describe the games, and to be honest, I don't know enough about the games to ramble on about them for 10 minutes, so we're going to have something I actually do, for once. So, what we have today is, while in the midst of work, I have not only pulled this beast out of the boot and got it running. Yee! Beautiful, sexy beast. Only thing is, I'm not getting the SID chip going, so we're a bit screwed there, but never mind. You'll notice there's the Electron Plan B playing in the background with shitty analogue noise because it's going through the TV analogue thing into a cheap Chinese television, and well, made in China is frankly shit. Anyway, enough about talking of made in China. This is what we're reviewing. The Xbox 360. And this is one of the legendary models which doesn't have the fix, unlike my official one, that it overheats and destroys itself with the red ring of death. So first we're going to highlight the good things about this beast. And yes, you Xbox haters, there are good things out there. First of all, it is pretty evenly matched between the PS3 on gameplay and that. You run through, you're on your first person shooter, Call of Duty, firing away, blowing someone's head apart, Fallout 3. Boy, it's fun watching heads explode on that. And you've got your officials term like for this, there's the Bioshock series, which is absolutely brilliant. PlayStation 3, you've got something like Resistance Fall of Man. And well, Resistance All of Man, I've only had a short go on that, but it was bloody fun, and it's a shame really that the Xbox didn't do the AI thing that the PS3 did, because that was really quite good. The AI never fell for the same trick twice. Not like the Xbox AI. Oh well, such is life. Also, the death sequence to that, a quotage of. So that's a good point. You got your Xbox Live, which apparently is better than the PS3, but I can't confirm it because I haven't played the PlayStation 3 online. But with it, we have... I've forgotten what I was going to say. How bloody convenient. Yeah. Oh god, I hate... well, I did mention about the haircut in a previous video, which God knows when I upload it. My shout out thingy. So, what we have here is... yeah, I've kind of lost tangent of where I was, which is a pain in the arse if you ask me, but that's the way it is. Ah yes, good points. So, good points, yeah, the Xbox. It does have a reasonably capable media player, but does lack an internet browser. Things like the hard drive are removable, so you can take it round your mate's house and bang it in his. Bang it in his? Wink wink. Yeah, some of you might get my little dirty pun there. I shouldn't give it away. Keep things mysterious, it's more fun. Anyway. But what we have is that's a good point, good fun game system. It's got a reasonably nice look, but now we're on to the fun part. The rants which I just really need to have about it. First thing is, these fucking rechargeable batteries you buy with the Play and Charge kit. Mine chewed to hell just like the controller. I cannot resist eating them. I cannot tell you why, but I can't. It's the same with the headset. It's just ridiculous, and I've had appendicitis once, and well, it's not something you can get twice, only problems with bowels. I do tend to spit the bits into the bin though. Yeah, the battery charging system looks like it's done purely by heat from the thermometer built in. It doesn't use anything advanced. The actual board which does the charging is a pretty standard sort of piece of shit. I don't know how we're doing on time, so I'm just going to quickly check. Bear with me. Plenty of time, 5 minutes left, still over half. Second bad point is, why the hell did they build it with ABS plastic? I will be correct in confirming it. It is... look. Yeah, there's nothing saying what type of plastic... oh yeah, PC ABS. Why, Microsoft? If you're going to make something with ABS plastic, one rule, never make it white, because it turns this rather foul, putrid colour. And that's what this beast is starting to do. Yes. It might look nice when it's on the shelves, nice and new. But 5 years down the line, it looks like your father's toenails. It's really not nice and pleasant. Why? Second thing is, not only do the cheap crappy batteries piss me off, but the power supply. I'll show you. Here we have this particular faulty Xbox's power supply. I am supposed to fix it, but I fixed it once and it's gone down with the same fault. Rendering it, well, what's the point? You're better off, especially as he wants to pay me money every time I fix it. I'm not a rip-off joint here. I'm just going to say no, and this thing can become parts. Look at this, and then, if I can get it out, in fact, I'll do it this way because it's easier. Off the tripod. Do you want to see the tripod? No. It's just a tripod. So sorry about the weird camera. Compare it with that. If you want to know more, just look back into the video. Why? That is just pure greed and complete evilness by Microsoft. Why? What is the point? God, talk about... This is the problem with these commercials. This is all what they seem to care about. Squeezing out as much money as you like. They seem to make every single Xbox has a unique power supply. It doesn't just go for the kettle lead either, it goes for this. This will not fit in the back of this. Even though it's the same, pretty much, what do they call these ones? Not the Elite, that's what my brother's got. And between the Elite and Arcade, I can't remember what it's called, and to be frankly honest, I don't care. It's the same, this will not fit in the back of that. Why, Microsoft? Why? It's things like that. That is just, in my opinion, absolutely whack, rubbish, shit engineering. Why? And I tell you, bloody ridiculous. Keep everything generic. I'm surprised they haven't bloody made each video lead unique to the machine. Thankfully, they have kept to their senses there, everyone, and kept them generic. You can swap your video leads, but that's no good if you don't have a power supply supplied with your machine. You're still screwed. Points down on Microsoft there. Absolutely terrible. Getting past that, and that, we then get to the internals, to where we have the red ring of death. Ludicrously well known, famous, and the big thorn in Microsoft's side. The thing that has driven away many people, and surprisingly not me. Oh yeah, one good thing in amongst this bad that I forgot to highlight. It's nice that PS3 include everything into it, that you get it all included. But I wouldn't say it's bad that Microsoft do it separate. Now hold out, Microsoft Xbox haters, and let me explain why. The simple reason is, let me just check on time. 10 minutes have gone by, or left, it says. But you think about it. You get the console for cheaper, and then if you want it, you can pay the money and have it on. But yes, there are some downsides to that, which I'm highlighting downsides. And I don't think I really want to tear the Xbox apart completely. But now, back to the bad points. The fun points. The points where I frankly think Microsoft have either been... Okay, back to where we were on the power supply. Its internal construction, I have opened this up and had a look at it, is very standard. There's nothing magic about it at all. You'll also notice I've opened the thing up to reveal... Well, I've opened up PS3s and PS2s, and they've had quite marvellous construction to them. Now, due to my affliction with always tinkering with PCs, I'm pretty familiar to how they're set out inside. And this looks very much similar set out to a PC. And looks roughly about the same quality of your average bog standard PC as well. I don't know the capacitor makes, because I don't know what capacitor makes are shit and what ones are good. Which is very bad, because I don't know what to use in my designs, because I love tinkering with electronics. And oh yeah, just to mention, this is like, what, a minute or so later? The background, you all may notice. But this is going to have to be in two parts. So, interestingly, Just like standard generic computer, pretty bog standard disk drive actually, which has a bizarre power supply type I do not recognise and is SATA. Some of you will call it SATA, but until they add an R in there, as far as I'm concerned, it's called SATA. All this silent R bullshit. Anyway, so yeah, pretty standard. Trouble is, they chose a crap company to design their machine, because Microsoft themselves really only do software, as you should know. I should not be having to tell you this, so I hope you already know that. If you've learnt that, you've been living under a rock for a very long time. So problem was these chips were made too big, so they'd warp under the heat, and that's happened with the GPU, which is under here. Brilliant engineering work. I hope you can detect the sarcasm. Another thing that disappoints me, this is your heat extractor channel. Then it pulls its heat through the back of here, through here, to here and out the back to where it blows out so much heat you can smelt metal with it. Now these electrolytes, because I do electronics, and yes, despite my sounding, I am intelligent. I may not sound it, but I certainly am. Are very vulnerable to heat, and it decreases their life enough. So when I opened this up for the first time trying to fix it, I noticed this. Right on the heat outtake. Focus, goddammit. Electrolytes! What the fuck? I said, looking at these electrolytes in very much dismay and disappointment at what I'd come across, and thought, appalling engineering. Because they are right in line of processor heat, and these things, well, you have it. If you look in the back carefully, you may notice a jet streams forming of heat where things glow. Okay, that's a sarcastic remark, don't take me seriously there. But it gives you an idea of how hot these things get. So why the hell did they design capacitors into there? I guess it just proves that these things are designed to fail. To be honest, the construction is pretty average to a PC, and the internal construction, it is thought out, but unlike the PS3, it's not very well thought out. It's kind of more of what looks more of a expensive bodge job, is one way of putting it. And interestingly, I found this quite a tilt sensor to tell the machine whether you have it laying down or sitting upright. Why? I do not know why you need a tilt sensor in there. That, if you have the answer, do tell me. Off the subject of the C64, if I can get the SID chip going, we might actually have a decent introductory tune, and if I can get decent video editing software for a decent price, we might have decent video editing. So any recommendations there, please recommend. So yeah, not overly impressive, the old Xbox engineering, if you ask me. I do watch EV Blog, and I have learnt a lot off that guy. I would highly recommend that channel if you're into the electronics. So give you a good view of what's inside your beloved or hated Xbox, depending on what you think of it. Personally, I love my game consoles, but Xbox being the favourite, it's these shortfalls that throw it down really bad. Doesn't mean there's some absolutely bloody. Basically, all I use it for is the games, nothing else. It's an interesting console, it's fun. We're going to put this back on the tripod. But the thing was the red ring of death, and, well, Microsoft were not very good when they first heard this. By the way, I'm just putting the face back on the camera to mount it on the tripod, if if you're wondering what the movement and weird noises are. Other than my strange, horrible voice. But if you've watched part 2, you obviously don't mind, you can put up with my voice. That's alright then. So, we have decent games released from it. I believe I've at least covered most of the shortfalls for the machine. Although I will highlight this. Everything for it is stupidly expensive. But then I look at the PS3, because of, like, I have a little job in Tesco's, yeah, the PS3 isn't much different on pricing of stuff. It seems it's gone from the 8-bit era of make everything nice and affordable to squeeze as much money out the punters as possible. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that pretty much does cover the old Xbox 360. My review of it. Good console, good for gaming, good fun, maybe worth the price point, but with all these issues to it, even though they seem to have sorted out the unreliability, yeah, there's a few other issues to it, and the new ones, I don't know if they do away with ABS case, but they're black, which means they won't go the yellowy colour, yellow dad's toenail colour. Ugh, they're ghastly things. Amputate them feet if it was up to me. Just have bionic ones there instead. So yes, between the Xbox and PS3, personally I'd lean towards my first choice, the PS3. So yeah, some of you Xbox lovers out there, yeah, I have an Xbox, I've played it, I know what it's like. And that's what I come to from the conclusion of what I know about it. So yes, feel free to disagree with me, but I know I'm not wrong, because they are shortfalls. Okay, the ABS case could be a bit fussy, but the fact is, the unreliability of, because unlike the PS3, as far as I know, yes, it's expensive, but it does last. The Xbox stuff, it's absolute shit. It's just probably built in some sweatshop where the people were paid peanuts and bits of breadcrumb that just don't really know what they're doing, and you just end up with absolute crap. For what everything is that comes with the Xbox of peripherals, they are just too expensive. I recommend, whenever you can, buy the third party stuff, especially for the Xbox, because the official Xbox stuff is bullshit. Just get the console if you must, and any peripherals, get third parties, because the official stuff is shit. If you can get around those shortfalls, you've got a decent console that will provide you with entertainment like it will for the PS3. You can do a load of media shit on it that I never actually do, I just use them as game consoles. Although the updating on them is annoying. The game updating, yes, I can agree with people there that it is a pain in the ass, because half the time you just want to play the game. You don't want to watch a loading bar go across the screen. You do that enough with bloody fucking Windows. I believe I have gotten my ranting out of me, and once again, I guarantee I have forgotten to mention something that I needed to in this video. I hope this two-part Xbox review special, well, it's not really special, has been entertaining and interesting. And please, do leave comments, do leave likes and dislike buttons, because it is nice to know. Don't just view it, click back. If you like it, tell me. If you dislike it, tell me. Because how am I supposed to know if it's just a view? I can only guess. So do tell me if you like it or dislike it. I would like to know. And the suggestions on how I can improve. Okay, I've got to keep this short and sweet because there's something else on here that took out my first take. So we've got precisely 44 secs or something to... So there's a net that strict thing that is causing problems. So you want to go to System Settings and Network Settings. Now to fix the net stat strict, if I can speak properly, so you understand me, what you have to do is basically disconnect with Y and then reconnect. I'm presuming you already know how to reconnect. Then it will go back to open and you'll be able to play online games. The Microsoft and BT help lines were absolutely useless. This is the fix. Basically disconnect and reconnect to your line. Resetting your machine won't do anything, which is a pain in the arse. But I think this should help on the Xbox 360 review, putting something useful in here. So yeah, that should enable you to play online games. So I hope that